Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Nye, and right now I'm in my bedroom. You're getting a mini tour of my house, which I think will be quiet. We'll see. With my dogs, you never know. So anyways, this is a great book. This is Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs, and if you look carefully, it's by one of our favorite authors and illustrators, Mo Willems. And what you're going to notice throughout this text is really look at the illustrations because they tell a lot of funny things, okay? Once upon a time, there were three dinosaurs, Papa Dinosaur, Mama Dinosaur, and some other dinosaur who happened to be visiting from Norway. All right, so I always ask this in the classroom. And can you tell me what kind of text this is going to be by looking for the clues? Informational, fiction, realistic fiction, nonfiction. What do you think? I suspect a lot of you said fiction. And now tell a parent or somebody nearby, what are the clues to tell you that this is a fictional book? Yep, dinosaurs, living in a house, wearing clothing, walking around like people, doing people things. One day, for no particular reason, the three dinosaurs made up their beds, positioned their chairs just so, and cooked 3 bowls of delicious chocolate pudding at various temperatures. Really soak in those illustrations. They're a lot of fun. Oh boy, said Papa Dinosaur in his loud, booming voice. It is finally time to leave and go to the, someplace else. Yes, continued Mama Dinosaur, I sure hope no innocent little succulent child happens by our unlocked home while we are, someplace else. Then the other dinosaur made a loud noise that sounded like a big evil laugh, but was probably just a polite Norwegian expression. Her, her, I don't even know how to say those words. It's probably his evil laugh. Can I hear your evil laugh? Okay. The three dinosaurs went someplace else and were definitely not hiding in the woods, waiting for an unsuspecting kid to come by. All right. Do you think they really are not waiting, or do you think they are hoping that a child walks in? I think they want someone to walk in. Let's find out. Sure enough, 5 minutes later, a poorly supervised little girl named Goldilocks came traipsing along. I love that word, traipsing. They could have said she was walking along, but what a great wide awake word. Just then, the forest boomed with what could have been a dinosaur yelling, "Gotcha!" But I'm pretty sure it was just the wind. The loud noise was immediately followed by another loud noise that sounded kind of like, "Be patient, Papa Dinosaur. The trap is not yet sprung." But that could have been a rock falling or a squirrel. And there's a cute little sign here that says 0.2 miles to a very nice house. And the word trap was crossed out. Do you see them hiding? All right, what would you do if you were the little girl? Would you follow that sign? I hope not. Do you hear my dog banging on the door? I'm gonna ignore it and hopefully he'll go away. Either way, Goldilocks was not the type of little girl who listened to anyone or anything. For example, Goldilocks never listened to warnings about the dangers of barging into strange, enormous houses. Uh-oh. So as Goldilocks came across a strange, enormous house, she barged right in. And look at the mat. Welcome. Tee-hee. Inside, Goldilocks immediately smelled 3 bowls of delicious chocolate pudding. Said Goldilocks, that chocolate pudding smells delicious. If only I could get all the way up to the top of the counter. Then Goldilocks noticed a very tall ladder that just happened to be there and certainly wasn't left there on purpose. Goldilocks climbed up the ladder and found herself face to face with 3 gigantic bowls of chocolate pudding. The first bowl of chocolate pudding was too hot. Goldilocks ate it anyway because, hey, it's chocolate pudding, right? The second bowl of chocolate pudding was too cold, but who cares about temperature when you've got a big bowl of chocolate pudding? Not her. Look at her go. The third bowl of chocolate pudding was just right, but Goldilocks was on such a roll by now she hardly noticed. How do you think she's feeling after eating those 3 dinosaur-sized bowls of chocolate pudding? Soon, Goldilocks was stuffed like one of those delicious chocolate-filled little girl bonbons, which, by the way, are totally not the favorite things in the whole world for hungry dinosaurs. Tired and groggy, Goldilocks noticed 3 chairs in the living room, so she climbed down the ladder and walked out of the kitchen. Look at her. That's a great illustration. Look at all the chocolate pudding everywhere, all over her face. That makes me smile. Her tummy, oh my gosh. The first chair was too tall. The second chair was too tall. But the third chair was too tall. Goldilocks wasn't going to climb that high just to sit in some chair, so she hiked over to the bedroom. When she got there, Goldilocks noticed that the beds were also gigantically big. What is going around here? Groaned the exhausted girl. The bears that live here must be nuts. Do you see that squiggle above her head? That means so confused. Isn't that a great thing to remember when you're writing in your journal? When someone's confused? I love that. Just then, the room filled with a loud booming noise that was either a passing truck or a dinosaur gloating. A few more minutes and she'll be asleep. Delicious chocolate-filled little girl. Bonbons are yummier when they're rested. All right. Even a little girl who never listens to anyone or anything had to hear that. Uh-oh. I think she heard that. Okay. What do you think is going to happen next? They're just outside the door. Goldilocks took a minute to stop and think, which was longer than she was used to stopping and thinking. Hey, she told herself, this isn't some bear's house. This is some dinosaur's house. Look at the sign on the wall. Home, sweet, dinosaur, home. Say, what you like about Goldilocks? But she was no fool. As quickly as she could, she ran to the back door and got out of there. Look at the mat. Wipe your talons. If people lived there, it would say wipe your feet. But dinosaurs don't have feet. They have talons. Just then a loud plane flew by, which sounded pretty much like a trio of dinosaurs yelling, "Now, charge!" or the Norwegian expression for chewy bonbon time. Suddenly, completely coincidentally, the 3 dinosaurs rushed through the front door. But they were too late. Oh, look at that. She made it. Goldilocks was gone, and all that was left in the house were 3 disappointed dinosaurs. The end. Silly little caption here. And the moral is, if you ever find yourself in the wrong story, leave. And look, here she goes, walking to find the bears. And the moral for dinosaurs is lock, can you read it with me? Lock the back door. Read it with me again with exclamation voice. Ready? Lock the back door. Which is what they're doing. And that's the end of our very silly book by Mo Willems. So, I always like to give you a little something to think about. If you have the book, Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, or if you just remember it, can you take some time, maybe tomorrow, and compare and contrast the two? You remember how we do at school? We make a chart and we say what's the same about both texts and what's different about them. And if you do that for me, take a picture of it and send it to me through email. Let's try that. And I would love to see your hard work. But there's a lot of things that are the same, but then there's probably many more that are different. So that would be really fun to read if you're able to do that assignment for me. All right, so I love you all and sleep well, and I hope you have some happy dreams about some fun dinosaurs. Good night.